back to the power that we can't criticize and the taboos we're not supposed to talk about. The reason why I feel compelled to talk about Jewish power is because it is, at its core, really the most insidious and unjust and power-mad entity that we're facing. And the seat of that power is the financial system. This gets back to Gaddafi and the African dinar. That's a direct confrontation of the financial system. You may recall that Saddam Hussein, realizing that he'd been betrayed by his benefactor, suckered into Kuwait, quite frankly, and then unleashed this tremendous force against him. He was getting ready to start trading oil outside of the petrodollar system, and this is not long before we see what happened in Iraq as well. He was hitting at the very source of power in this world. A lot of people, and I see this in the 9/11 movement, and you see it in, whatever, the truth movement of all sorts, you see this bickering and fighting, infighting and whatnot, this insanity. In 9/11, we have all these arguments about how it was done in particular. Were there planes? Were there not planes? We get into all these arguments, but the only thing that really matters about 9/11, it's a false flag. It's another version of a false flag. It is our own government, intelligence services working with other intelligence services, and they all work for the same monster anyway. All the intelligence services, effectively, at least allied with us, they all work for the same thing. CIA is Mossad, is MI6, is the whole thing is the same. And 9/11, we sit and we argue about extraneous bullshit that really doesn't matter. We should, if we were to be intelligent, say, listen, love and respect to everyone who acknowledges the most important thing, and that is, this is a false flag. We've been manipulated into yet another war. We have a false enemy who has been blamed for it, and that's the most important thing. The rest should fit into a respectful dialogue about what exactly happened, and it should be put in context, because that dialogue is less important than the false flag aspect of it. And yet we do this. And we find a similar thing in terms of who runs the world. There's like a pissing contest. No, it's the fucking Illuminati. No, it's the fucking Jesuits. No, it's the Vatican. No, it's the reptilians. No, it's the Archons. Oh, you fucking shill. And it's so ridiculous. And we sit here and we fight each other in a pissing contest, literally. I'm right. No, I'm right. It's so fucking ridiculous. And don't we see how we're being duped? We're being mocked by this silly behavior. Silly behavior. Ridiculous. What is important about who is running the world is the tool, the method of control. Because whoever it is, for sure, they use one thing to be able to manifest that control, and that is the financial system. It's that simple. This is part of my optimism, by the way. We're all fighting all these different causes. We all have, even I played into this. My cause was I dedicated myself to Palestine. I will always be a brother of Palestine. I will always speak truthfully about Palestine. I am willing to pay any price to continue to serve in that capacity for Palestine. But the fact is, Palestine is nothing more than an extension of that source of power. And the source of power is the financial system. There is a very tiny group of individuals in this world who have an extremely disproportionate amount of power in this world. Extremely disproportionate.